I think what we're going to have to do is to close down the United Nations. I was talking to a very senior former UN ambassador the other day in Canada, and he said to me, and I was quite surprised coming from him, he said, I no longer see any purpose in the UN. It exists only to enrich itself at the expense of the nations it claims to serve. It's time it was brought to an end. We would all save billions if we shut down the UN and just about all of its hideous bureaucracies.
And it's a criminal, it's a criminal menace. It must be dealt with. I agree. Abolish it. Arrest the criminals. Charge them. Lord Christopher Monckton, thank you so much. Science@publicpolicy.org. God bless you. Godspeed. We salute you.
And God bless America.
Take care, my friend. Amazing interview.
Thanks.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen, on this Black Frenzied Shopping Day Friday. I came in because Jesse Ventura called up Wednesday and said, hey, I want to do your show Friday, give you the exclusive before I do a bunch of TV and radio next week, the new TV show that I consulted on and I appear in, that's going to be airing live 10 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday, December 3rd, 9 p.m. Central. Conspiracy Theory. He's surprised it's even going to air. He's not even completely sure yet. And when we go to rebroadcast, when the show ends in 50 minutes, we're about to go to rebroadcast with Damon Vickers because I have family in town and I've got to go. But then when that ends, it was the live interview with Jesse Ventura we did at the start of the show. Amazing interview. Talked about stuff I never heard him talk about. His dad, big war hero, and the rest of it, and the New World Order. And I convinced Jesse that globalism's bad, period. Because he knows it's bad, but he says, well, couldn't it be good? An amazing interview there. You're not going to believe the guests we've got coming up next week and the next 2-3 weeks. And I forgot that Dave Mustaine said when he was coming into Texas in November and December, he wanted to come in studio. I just remembered this. We're contacting him to get him on the next week, maybe too late. Regardless, we'll get him next time he comes through. He's a big fan, as you know, naming his new album Endgame after my film Endgame. So we love Dave Mustaine. I always loved him, but I really love him more now. So that's going on. But some other incredibly important, informative guests. But I tell you, I've never been as excited. Charlie Sheen, by the way, is on Sunday. As I am with this Lord Monckton, because it's history happening. This guy, my instincts, everything, he's just good through and through. He's waking people up. He has huge gravitas. He's a high-level peer, closely related to Queen Elizabeth. But he's speaking out against the whole thing. And we're drawing blood. I mean, we're in a fight with the New World Order, and we are starting to really kick their butt. And we're auditing the Fed now. The Strong bill passed out of committee. They have 311 votes. No way it's not going to pass the House. The Senate will probably kill it. But then everybody will say, why can't we audit? Why can't we audit? We'll get it next year or the year after. The momentum is all shifting. A primal shift is happening right now. And I can't believe the providence that I'm a central figure in this fight, getting to talk to people like Lord Monckton, getting to talk to people like Ron Paul, Dave Mustaine, you, the listeners. And I know I loaded the phones up and haven't gone to them. I apologize. We'll be back live Sunday. It's just mind-blowing to see all this happening. But the globalists have pulled the trigger. They've imploded the economy by design. Their own documents, they admit it. They're bringing in the global taxes we told you they would. In my films I made a decade ago, because we have their own plans. It's here. So we're going, yeah, we're waking up, we're fighting back, but they've still already run over us with the tank. Now, we got to get back up and go climb on top of the tank and the info war with the information bomb and throw a hand grenade into it. And I mean that as a peaceful analogy. The media will edit that together, but it doesn't matter. The point is, we are in combat. This is it. And we have to decide that justice be done, may the heavens fall. All that evil men and tyrants do flourish is that good men do nothing. I think that was another British lord said that. Like, pull up that quote. All that evil men and tyrants do flourish is that good men do nothing. I know George Washington repeated it and Thomas Jefferson changed it a bit. But all that evil men and tyrants do flourish is that good men and women do nothing. And doesn't mean we're perfect. Doesn't mean we have all the answers. But we're in the fight here together. Now, before I go back to this Damon Vickers interview from a few weeks ago, it was so controversial. But I was just nice to him as we could hear what he really thought. I wasn't aware he was this big a globalist. We're going to have him back on, by the way. It's a great illustration. I wanted to bring Ted Anderson up because, yeah, it supports the network, but it's such a great deal. And we have the dollar hits 14-year low against the yen, gold exploding in prices, Dubai and Deepwater, $14 billion default hitting British and U.S. banks. This is the beginning of the end. Now, we may defeat the New World Order, or they may take over, and then we defeat them through that process. But the momentum is beginning to gather on our side. And knowing who the enemy is, waking up to it is so important, and then taking action. But I wanted to bring Ted up because he is running out of the gold he bought at the $1,050 level, with it cresting $1 or $2 below $1,200. So he's never had a deal where he's offering gold for $140 less. This deal he's been offering the last few days of this week is the best ever, and I haven't even asked Ted yet. Ted, are you even still offering that?
I've got a few items left. That's why I wanted to come up on air. First,
by the way, what'd you think of the Monckton and Jesse Ventura interview? It's incredible.
Your show is just over the top, man. I am just so proud to be associated with you and your crew. It just makes me feel like I'm really doing something right finally, you know?
Well, let's be clear. I'm not on a power trip doing this. It's very humbling, and it's great to be associated with you, Ted. 12 years working with you. You've never told me what to say, what to do. When half or more of our radio stations turned me off after 9/11 when I was saying it was an inside job, you never said don't do it. You just pointed out, well, we've lost half our affiliates, but I want you to go out and tell the truth. And then we gained them back and more. But yeah, Ted, you're the best. And I think it's because you didn't come from radio that you have done so well in radio. So it's great working with you too, Ted.
Yeah, well, symbiotic, obviously. It's just neat to see what's going on. It's neat to see, parliamentary type members, come on your show, Jesse Ventura, the Charlie Sheen. I mean, it's just the level that we have come to is just amazing. And then, of course, to see the entire world start to look for
Ted, I can randomly call up rock stars and movie stars because I can hear what they're saying politically, and they go, oh, yeah, you woke me up.